With the year starting out and January quickly disappearing, I thought I'd jump on today with Tim Lyon that works in our office here at Toomey Schreiber Property Group and talk not just the Cairns property market, but really in particular what's happening in the unit space. Tim, can you tell us what are we seeing in the market at the moment?
Of course. So since the start of coronavirus, especially last year, we've seen the entire market in Cairns as a whole take a really drastic upward trend. The housing market has definitely led that rise, and the apartment market has started to catch up very, very quickly. Across the board, for the apartments, we'd say comfortably there's been between 10 and 15% price increases across the board. That does vary from complex to complex, of course.
Yep. And in my own experience, I really noticed that the houses really did take that big lead, as you said, and it really wasn't until probably like August, September last year, we really started to see that unit market move, and it's moved really quickly. Like in real terms, we are looking at sort of 10 to 15%, and that's really come in that last 6 months. Are you still sort of seeing that momentum in the market at the moment?
Absolutely. I would say we're starting to climb even a little bit faster now than what the houses are. They had their head start, and now we're catching up on the apartment side, specialising in the apartments and strata type properties just like you do.
Yep.
I would definitely say people are starting to get priced out of houses, and investors and owner-occupiers alike are shifting their attention and looking more at strata type properties much more seriously.
I think that's, sometimes you see it across like suburb to suburb. You see one suburb go up in price so much, and then people get priced out of that suburb and they start looking at the surrounds. And I think we're seeing that in the unit market. People are competing on houses, realising suddenly that the 200, 300, 400,000 is not getting them the house that they want, and there really is that quality in the units. They are looking at that unit price point now. Much more affordable, much more easier to get loans and access into that price point, and that's really, I think, helping with the prices of units.
Of course, and the rent returns can't be overlooked either. That's caused a lot of investors to jump back into the foray in the Cairns market because they can't find those rent returns anywhere else. There's even demand for properties that are maybe unrenovated, a little bit tired. There's lots of people looking to dip their toe into the water, flip the property themselves, and hopefully get a little bit of equity. I guess what you can say is a king tide rises all ships, and nothing is more true with the lower end of the apartment market for sure.
Yeah, very much so. And I think the beautiful thing for someone looking at coming and doing a renovation on a unit is it is such a low price point. They can get in there quite cheaply, do that work, and especially if they're a local, they can go in and do that work so much cheaper than maybe someone out of town. So that's often an advantage that the locals have. They can really shop around on trades and get in there and do that work cheaper. So it is an advantage.
A great example of that actually happening is a sale that we had at McPherson Close. It was a 1-bed, 1-bath, 1-car apartment. The owner bought it in 2018. They paid $112,000. So very, very basic, very, very entry level in the scheme of things. They did a very minor renovation, just a bit of a polish up, and last year we sold for $160,000. So
okay, what's that? 20%, more than 20%. That's some good growth, and I think that
Yeah, it was a massive increase, and it was a contested property as well. So it wasn't just one person saying, "I want this." We had 3 offers. It sold in the second week. So that's just a testament of how quickly those more entry level properties have really bolstered up in price.
And talking days on market, are you finding the days on market has reduced at the moment?
For sure. So going back to the start of last year for the whole Cairns region, average days on market were over 87 days for the whole place. Now we're looking at anywhere between 5 to 11 days. So it's a really, really, really quick market.
Drastic change. I guess that leads to the question, and it's a question we're both getting asked a lot. How long do you think this market's trend's gonna last? To someone that might be thinking of selling in the next 3 to 5 years, should they hold off and wait, or is now the time?
I think that's the $1 million question. And if we had a crystal ball,
we wouldn't be sitting here.
No, not at all. I think we will definitely start to see a run out of steam maybe mid to the end of next year.
Yep.
The writing's on the wall already. We're seeing other marketplaces outside of Cairns already start to soften a little bit, and unfortunately every market makes the market. So media tends to fuel buyers' perception as to what's going on.
Yep.
I would say if you're considering doing anything in the next 3 to 5 years, now could well be the best time that you'll ever see. It's unprecedented what we're seeing.
Yep. I very much agree. It's a very buoyant market at the moment in Cairns. It's across our price points, but specifically that low end price point, and specifically in the unit market, it is the most buoyant that I've seen it in 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you are contemplating selling in the next 3 to 5 years, now could be an ideal time. Certainly we've got the buyer demand there, the days on market have drastically reduced, and we are getting premium prices for properties that are selling.
Absolutely. The buyers have the confidence, which is really good, and there's also a lack of available properties as well, which is putting a bit of fuel on our fire. It's not going to burn forever.
What I'll do is we'll leave both my details and Tim's details in this email in the description. It'll be somewhere around. If you are interested in buying in Cairns or looking at selling, would absolutely love to help. So feel free to reach out to either one of us. Like we say, the market's certainly buoyant at the moment. We'd love to be of help.
Thank you very much.